my wife and I we're looking forward to the next 2 years to figure out like what is this going to actually mean for our family, with me having to go back and forth to Washington D.C., and what are the different events that they'll be able to come along with. We'll be able to keep the family together. What are the things where it's just going to be me solo? But we're excited for this new adventure. We were able to, when I was in Washington D.C. last week, we were able to find an apartment to rent that's right next to the Capitol, and so we'll be able to keep the family together because we homeschool. So there will be times, where the whole family will go back to DC if we think we're going to be there a little bit longer, and then we'll all come back to Colorado and be able to travel together and again keep the family together while we do the work that the voters have asked us to do. Yeah, so we get 2 tickets to the swearing in, and then kids 12 and under are allowed to come onto the floor with me. So obviously my boys are both 12 and 8, so they'll be able to come to the swearing in on the floor, and then the 2 tickets will probably go to my wife and my mom. Assignments, sure. Yep, energy and commerce and agriculture. Yeah, so that's what I have to do, is now I have to reach out to all of those steering committee members and explain to them, hey, this is my district, this is the important things to the district. And so these are the committees that I would like to be on, and you have to make your pitch to all of those steering committee members now that we actually know who the steering committee is. Oh, I don't know if it'll be one picture, but it'll be pictures of family. It'll be a picture from some of my military pictures, some of my law enforcement pictures, just some pictures from around the district. I don't know how I'll get it to Washington D.C. because it's a big picture, but my grandma had a picture of a cowboy, one cowboy, bringing in a herd of longhorns. And so my grandma raised longhorn cattle, I raised longhorn cattle. And so, as somebody that grew up doing agriculture, to me, that picture in particular, I don't know why, I've always liked it because it represented, just the American West, agriculture, cowboys. And so if I can, it's a big picture, but if I can get that one to Washington, D.C., that might be a picture that goes up in the office. My message to everybody, whether you voted for me or not, is the exact same thing that I did as a police officer. I think I told you the story before. My first year as a police officer, I made 41 arrests, but I went to over 1,800 calls for service, which means 1,759 times out of 1,800, I wasn't there to arrest somebody. I was there to work together to solve a non-criminal problem, connect somebody to resources, mediate, refer them to somebody who could help. And so it didn't matter whether I was a Republican or a Democrat or something else. It didn't matter if they were a Republican or a Democrat or something else. What mattered was, how do we work together to be able to solve a problem and take care of our community? And so whether you voted for me or not, that's my commitment for the next 2 years. So I'm currently hiring staff right now because there's almost 800,000 folks in this district, and there's just not enough of me to go around, so I have to have some staff to help. But by January 3rd, when I get sworn in, we should have our office up and running with staff. So whether you voted for me or not, we're here to do everything that we can to help the folks in this district, and don't ever hesitate to reach out. Oh, there's so many things. So what I've done since I got home on Friday night, I had to fix the dishwasher handle because the dishwasher handle broke. I have to get new tires for my wife's car because they're completely worn down, and we're coming into winter, and she's going to need good tires to get through the winter. I had to replace a whole bunch of lights just in the house. I have to replace a side view mirror on the car that got smashed. So it's all of the things around the house that didn't happen during the campaign. I have to go change the oil in the truck. I have to go get the cows set up for winter. There's so many different around the house honeydew things. Honeydew this, honeydew that. There's so many different things that I have to do because I didn't do them during the campaign, and so that's what I'm catching up on now.